What's up? What's up? All right. What's up? Appreciate everybody for tuning in here. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. Everybody who's tuning in on the replay, appreciate you. Make sure you give it a share. What's up, Kenny Nader? Michael Poe, what's up? Robert Coins, what's up? Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Chris Waxman, what's up? 5-Star Bullies, Gunline in the building. Daryl Shelley, what's up? Yeah, I'm ready for the weekend, man. Abel Villarreal, what's up? Kenny Nader, what's up? Scott Elkinsey, what's up, man? Working on the top 10s. So that'll be up for sure. What's up, Abel? You gonna be able to come to the show this weekend or what? What's up, Teresa? BJ Howard, what's up, man? Scott, what's up? Everybody waving, what's up? Don Shade, Quarterman, what's up? Man, what's up, BJ? What's up? What's up? Nationals is going down September 22nd in Chicago. September 22nd in Chicago is going down. What's up, Ivan Ramos? What's up, Antonio? Okay. I got you. All right, Gunline. All right, cool, man. We can talk a little more in-depth, Abel. when we see you, man. I'll be there. What's up, John Easterly? What's going on? So, yeah, man. We're going to bring Dayton on here. Like I said, man, we're going to start coming on here. What's up, Ivan Ramos over in the Philippines? What's going on? Al Jones, what's up? Chirac looking extra good. Representing hard for the Clean Exotics, man. DC Low Key, what's up? Congratulations on your event. Mario Sepulveda, what's up? Okay, well, congratulations, Michael. What's up, guys? Savage Bullies tuning in. What's up, Britt? Alana. Ray, Ray over in Cali tuning in. Man, I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's going down in Oregon. Camping weekend. What's up, Steve? Alowinski, Gold Club Canine Group, Liquid Gold, man. Make sure you get it. Man. Yeah, man. So let me see where Dayton's at. I'm trying to see if I can catch him. I don't know if I gotta add him. Okay. What's up, George Bostic? Bling's looking good. I'm gonna add Dayton onto the camera. All right, so we're adding Dayton. We're gonna bring him on, man. Like I said, man, it's been a while, man, since we came on and talked about BRC and I did a lot of lives when I first started doing it back in January of last year, 2016. Told everybody what was going on. What's up, Dayton?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
Good, man. It's been a while, man. I was just telling them, man, I was just letting everybody know that, it's been a while since, I was doing lives all the time when we first started doing BRC at the beginning of last year, man, and explained everything, what was going on and everything. And ever since then, it's just been a lot of shit on Facebook. Lives have been going crazy, ever since all that, man. So we kind of stepped back from it. But, I think it's time we get back on here and reintroduce ourselves to everybody who don't know us and everything. So we're going to start bringing the judges on one by one and letting everybody know what we're doing, man. So that sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds good.
Well, shit, man. First off, I want to thank you, man, for being a senior judge with us at the BRC, man, and being here with us since the beginning, man, ever since I came over with you. Ever since I came over, man, you came on board with me, man, so I want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate the opportunity, man, and Shit, I love judging for the BRC. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for having me, man. For real.
Yeah, man. Tell us about what just happened with you, man. I know you were also a judge with the IBKC before, before BRC, and so tell us what you just did with them, man. Where did you just go with the IBKC?
Yeah, this weekend I went out to or not this weekend, a couple weeks back I went out to Brazil and judged a show out there for the IBKC. And the IBC, I think it's the International Bully Coalition or whatever.
Okay.
And, I went out there and judged a show out there for them guys, man, and had a blast out there.
That's cool, man. That's cool, man. How long was the flight?
Man, the flight was crazy, man. I had to fly out of St. Louis to Miami, which was like a 3-hour flight. And then once I got to Miami, it was an 8-hour flight from Miami to Belo Horizonte. But yeah, it was crazy. The longest flight I ever been on in my life, for sure. But it was it was crazy. It was a long journey, but it was a real good time, man. I seen a lot of stuff out there that I've never seen before. That's for damn sure. So a lot of nice dogs out there.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised, like going out there, I know a lot of people tend to send not so great at dogs overseas, you know what I mean? And,
right.
Man, I was pretty impressed with the quality of dog that they had there, man. It was crazy. But yeah, man, we had I had a real good time there, and they showed me nothing but love there, and took real good care of me while I was out there, for sure.
That's what's up, man. Big shouts out Memo, OG Memo, man, IBKC, man.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Memo. Shout out to Memo. Shout out to Bruno and Beatrice. They're the ones that booked me for the show out there. Man, like I said, they showed me nothing but love, man. The hospitality was off the chain. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So for those people that might be kind of new, man, let's go back in history, man, where you're you know what I'm saying, who you are and when you started and everything. So let's go back to the beginning, man. Tell us a little bit about the beginning of Killinois Kennels, the year you got started. You know what I'm saying? And what got you into this breed? We're going into everything right now, so we might as well put some popcorn.
Way back. Yeah, I'm Dayton from Killinois Kennels. I've been involved in the bully world ever since the beginning. I started out with pit bulls, and I started out with pit bulls when I was real young. And, I started breeding just, like local game dogs and stuff like that. They was game dogs, but I didn't fight them or nothing. That's just what they was, you know what I mean? But I started off breeding them, and, I had a buddy of mine had went out to Virginia and was going and dealing with York kennels and was dealing with some dogs out there. And he knew I was interested in the, American Pit Bull Terrier and stuff like that. And he just asked me if I wanted to ride with him. And I was like, you know what, let's go, and I rode out there with him. I told myself I wasn't going to buy no dogs, but I took some money out there just in case. I ended up coming home with 2 dogs, man. And, those were my first UKC registered American Pit Bull Terriers. I got them from out there at, they were from York bloodline, and I got them from like Macy's Kennels and stuff like that. I went out there and seen 2 kennels out there, and once I got started with them guys, because I never really cared about dogs with papers and stuff like that. This is back in the day, you know what I mean? And I picked up them couple dogs, and then once I got into the UKC dogs, I started digging in a little bit deeper and doing a little bit more research and come across a bunch of dogs. And, that's whenever I came across I was looking on the, I was looking on the internet. This is like basically when the internet first like really came out, when everybody just first started having internet, you know what I mean? And I was just searching on the internet for like top 100. It was like, there was like a website. It was like top 100 pit bull websites or something. And that's when I come across the Dominion Pits. And that's when I came across Dominion Pits, and I bought my first dog, my first Razor's Edge dog, which was Killinois Debo, and that was like almost 18 years ago, coming up on 18 years ago. So that was my first like real American bully, was Killinois Debo. I got him from Dominion Pits about 8 years ago. I bought him, and I bought a breeding pair. A male, I bought Debo, and then I bought a female, which was Nuisance, from them. And then after that, I kind of just like caught the buzz, man, and finally found dogs that I was, the dogs that I was looking for. And after that, I had caught up with Paul and Cindy from Master P Kennels. Got a couple dogs from them. I got a Hennessy and Paradise daughter from them. I got my Short Shot and Steel female from them, and they put me in tune with CLP Kennels, and I ended up getting my female that was also off of Hennessy and Paradise. I ended up getting her littermate brother through them, and those are the dogs that I started out with, man. You know what I mean? And
right.
Basically got me where I am today. You know what I mean? Those are my foundation dogs. So
the first two you got were bully style or pit bulls, or they were just pit bulls, and then you went to Dominion and got some bullies.
The first two I got was they were just regular Amstaffs. You know what I mean? Regular Amstaffs coming out from out there. I was out there. What was crazy is, I was out there right in the Razor's Edge neck of the woods, you know what I mean? But I was dealing, I was dealing with York bloodlines and Macy bloodlines back in the day. Those are what I started with, you know what I mean? But once I come across Debo's litter and Nuisance's litter and stuff like that, I caught a little bit of buzz on the Razor's Edge side of the world. And, that's whenever I, started going full tilt with the Razor's Edge dogs, you know what I mean? And, everything's pretty much history from there, you know what I mean? Started out, did a couple, big time breedings, I was one of, not the first, but one of the first people to use Nemesis out there, owned by Carlton Pratt, and I did a big breeding with Buck and a Quarter, and I also did a real big breeding with Devil's Den Viper, you know what I mean? And at that time I was part of the original Lead Edge. It's just, we could go on all day, bro, you know what I mean? Like, we could go on all day. So, but
yeah. So tell me a little bit about how did you, what made you decide that, well, first of all, let's go back, man. When you got them dogs, how much were they going for back then?
Dominion Pits, they was the ones that really set the bar on dogs going up. You know what I mean? They was the one that really set the bar on the dogs going up in price. When I bought Debo almost 18 years ago for $2,000. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they wasn't exactly cheap. You could get a dog. I would say they probably went for a little bit even more back then, for the most part. Than your average. Than your average bully goes for nowadays. You know what I mean? But depending on what it is, you know what I mean? Some people's prices are more than that, you know what I mean? But, like I said, I had bought Debo. I paid $2 for Debo, and I paid $2 for Nuisance, you know what I mean? And the going rate around then for, like, a top quality Razor's Edge dog, was about 2,000, 2,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So how did you get to be, I mean, that was back when the internet was just first starting out. There wasn't Facebook, there wasn't MySpace. Just a few people had websites. You know what I'm saying? So how did you do all these good breedings, and how did you find out about all these dogs like Devil's Den? Because I know they're over in New York, and all the dogs in Cali and everything. How do you find out about them back then?
Man, it was crazy. Like, Dave's site, Razor's Edge, Dave Wilson, his site back in the day, like he had like a before there was Elite Edge, Dave had like this website, on his website, and like he didn't have a ton of breedings going on, but I'm sure he had a lot of people informed about his dogs. Well, he had like a map on the front of his website, and it was, if you would click on the region, it would pop up breeders in that region. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And, so that's kind of how I came across those dogs, because like when I had first originally contacted Dave, once I realized, like I didn't know anything about really pedigrees and stuff like that at that time. I was young as hell, man. You know what I mean? Like I actually fell into this shit lucky as hell, grabbing Debo and Nuisance. When I grabbed them dogs, dude, I was so lucky it wasn't even funny, man. Like it was like destined, you know what I mean? Like I was just young and dumb and trying to spend some money. That's all you know what I mean? The first I seen that they was the top website on the top 100 pit bull websites, you know what I mean? And I went and bought a dog from Chad at 2:00 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like it said call anytime. My little young dumbass called any fucking time. You know what I mean? But I ended up buying a couple dogs from him, and and just like I said, I had once I got those couple dogs, I realized I had Razor's Edge dogs, and then that's when I came across Dave's website, and I hit Dave up personally. I had seen Short Shot, and I was just like, damn, you know what I mean? When I seen Short Shot and I seen Cairo and all them dogs, I had already had a little bit of Cairo blood, so I hit up Dave about getting something off a Short Shot, and Dave said that they wasn't breeding Short Shot at that time or whatever, but luckily I had came across Paul and Cindy's website, and they had that breeding going on with Short Shot and Steel, which I didn't really know the history behind that breeding at that time. But, that was one of, Short Shot's more exclusive litters, you know what I mean? And just, like I said, when I first started, man, I got lucky, and just the right shit just fell in my hands, you know what I mean? But, that's how I come across all the other kennels and stuff at the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, not all the other kennels, but that's not how I came across Devil's Den, but it was how I come across Paul and Cindy and, stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then just, slowly but then surely that the American Bully world just started gradually growing, and just, I don't know, it was just crazy, man. You know what I mean? It was crazy. It was a lot harder to like find out shit, but you know how people are when they first get into the bullies, you know what I mean? They got that buzz and they're stuck, researching and fuck, even back then, there wasn't, it was so harder to find, but once you did get in tune with shit, then you was really on it, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it was pretty cool, man. So
hell yeah,
sure.
That's what's up. So tell me, what did you think, like, once Pocket started coming in and once they started like making different varieties of the American Bully? I'm sure there was just one at first, and then how to tell us how it went.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't no Pockets or nothing like that until like like Debo and Roe and them dogs kind of came along. That's whenever those, and they wasn't even Pockets, you know what I mean? But they were, more compact than the than like most of the American, the beginning American bullies, you know what I mean? And, then Roe had produced Paco, you know what I mean? And, that was like the beginning of like the pocket bullies and shit like that, you know what I mean?
So when did it officially become like its own class?
I don't really, that was like when the ABKs, all this stuff was way before there was an actual ABKC or any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there really wasn't no classes back then. We would just have bully shows and, the dog, back then, just everybody brought out their dogs and, the baddest dogs won. You know what I mean? Man.
Right.
That was kind of how it was. It didn't matter on the height or anything. There was no classes, and it was just, bully barbecues and just, crowd favorite dog and shit like that.
So was it cooler to have a big dog or was it cooler to have a little dog back then?
I mean, mostly everybody had bigger dogs back then, you know what I mean? But the smaller dogs, once that came around, that was – what everybody was chasing, they was trying to get them compact dogs, you know what I mean? But I mean, to begin with, and even, to some other people, they wanted a big American bully, you know what I mean? Not so much tall, but definitely not like the pockets you see today, you know what I mean? Those were the dogs people left at home, if they had them, you know what I mean? For the most part, they wouldn't even bring them out, Those were dogs that they just used as breeding tools and shit like that.
Right. So when did Enzo come into the picture for you? I know Enzo made a lot.
Yeah, Enzo came later, you know what I mean? Enzo came later. He's out of Debo and Cashmere, which Cashmere was another dog that I acquired from, not from Dominion Pits, but it was she was their blood as well, Cashmere. Enzo comes off of Debo, which is Dad is in Madness. In Cashmere, she come off of Dominator and Armada, which Armada was Debo's littermate sister. You know what I mean? So, Enzo had came later, That was one of the litters we had with Debo. But, yeah, he definitely made some noise. We started out with Debo and Havoc, which was Hennessy in Paradise, Prodigy, which was Hennessy in Paradise, Envy, which was Short Shot and Steel, and Nuisance, which was Dominator and Pagan. But, once we had bred Envy to Devil's Den Viper, that's how we produced Rocky, which was one of our big name dogs at that time. You know what I mean? Rocky was like really, really ahead of his game. He was the one, he was one of the dogs that really put us on the map as well, even before Enzo. But, even to this day, he was way, way ahead of his time. You know what I mean? And, I actually, he could have had a bigger and better name if he would have been owned by somebody else, but I was kind of a little bit greedy with Rocky. I didn't even really want to stud him out to other people. You know what I mean? I wanted to breed him and sell my puppies myself. I didn't so much want to stud them out. If you wanted a Rocky son or a Rocky daughter, you had to, for the most part, you had to come to me and get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
how do you feel? You think that worked? Think that worked out better for you, keeping them exclusive like that, or would you rather have been studding them out to everybody? What do you think is your opinion?
I should have whored his ass out. I ain't gonna lie. I should have whored his ass out, but it did work out good for me too. You know what I mean? It wasn't too all that bad, but I held him back on his legacy. Right. You know what I mean? Because he really would have been like a Dax style dog, Dax type of dog. You know what I mean? Like at his time where he was at, what type of dog he was, if I would have bred him as much as a lot of these big name studs are being bred now, man, his productions he would have had so many badass productions and just. Because every time I would breed him, he would throw his ass off, and that's one thing that I noticed, you know, from back in the day compared to nowadays is the dogs just, they produced better and shit like that. You know what I mean? You had nice, consistent litters. There wasn't a, you know, one nice dog and the rest are trash. You know what I mean? Like the whole litter, you know, the whole litters was nice and shit like that. But yeah, I felt like, you know, it didn't hurt me. I was selling puppies off of Rocky for, you know, $35 up to $5,000. You know what I mean? So it really wasn't. It didn't hurt me like that, but I do regret kind of holding him back, you know, because if he would have had more opportunities to prove himself, you know what I mean? And
Right.
he had a good name and people followed him and stuff like that, but it just, you know, he would have had a way bigger name if I would have just let everybody that wanted to use him, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which I didn't, you know, there was people that I let use him, like close, you know, kennels that I were close with, you know, if they wanted to use Rocky and shit, and they were my buddies and shit like that, I would say, fuck it, and I would let them use them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Outlaw was one of the few kennels that used Rocky. There was a couple, I can't remember everybody that used them, but there was a lot of few kennels that I let use them and shit.
So when did the extreme come in with Corrupt? I mean, what did everybody think about that? Like when they busted out with Corrupt, was he really like the only dog like that at his time, or was there more like that, and he's just the only popular one, or what?
He was he wasn't the only one like that, you know what I mean? But he made a lot of noise, you know what I mean? He did make a lot of noise, and he probably was the bulliest dog of his time, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But there was still other dogs out there that was, you know what I mean? There were still other dogs out there that was, you know, there was some impressive dogs back then as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely was one of the more bullier dogs. You know what I mean? But and he had a lot of hype on him. He was, you know, something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember I had bred Debo to Sacktown's Divine, and I had went out there to pick up a puppy off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Noe from Sacktown Kennels, which he had a lot to do with what produced Corrupt. You know what I mean? He had produced King Saber, which was Corrupt's father.
Mm-hmm.
And I had bred Debo to his dad's daughter, and I went out there to go pick up a puppy, and I actually seen Corrupt. I got video at my house of Corrupt at 6 months old. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
On an old VHS tape. I've got to get it converted over, man. I've been bullshitting on that, but I need to get it converted over because I know there's a lot of footage on there that people would love to see.
Hell yeah, that'd be some good ass footage for the Killinois channel.
Yeah, I got so much. There's a lot of dogs on there too. I got like Kong from Bow Wow Pits, Blow from Bow Wow Pits, old footage of Roe, Viagra, all types of dogs, man. I had all of Richard Braha's yard. I had his whole yard.
Oh yeah.
But but whenever we was out there, we was looking through the footage, and I fucked up and recorded over like half of it. You know what I mean? But sucked, man. I had video of Gotti, Monster, all types of them. I still got a little bit of footage of Monster, but I recorded over most of fucking Richard's yard, which really fucking sucked. But yeah.
So what do you think about being a judge now, man? What do you think about how the bullies are, you know, to this day now? You know, looking over, you see a lot of dogs now judging, man. You know, what do you think of the state of the bullies are now, and where should we go with it?
You know, I think it's, you know, I think it's got its goods and its bads. You know, I think it's got its, you know, there's a lot more different varieties now. You know what I mean? Back in the day, there wasn't so much variety. You know what I mean? There was, there was a variety still, but not quite as much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm you know, to me the American Bully world back in the day was a little bit more liver and stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, it's still going good today, for sure. You know, there's a lot of nice quality dogs out there today that I've been seeing, you know, and you know, judging these shows, I have had the chance to, you know, lay my eyes on some nice dogs out there too, for sure.
All right, man. Well, that's what's up, man. Shit, you want to tell us anything about where they can catch you, where they can find your videos and all that? I only got about 5% left on my phone, so we got to cut this in a sec. But let them know where they can
All right.
and everything. I know you're pushing the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Check us. You know, you can check me out, Dayton Bodine, Dayton Bodine, Bodine on Facebook. You can check me out at Killinois Kennels on YouTube. Check me out at Killinois Kennels on Instagram. Pretty much Killinois Kennels on everything. You know what I mean? If you want to hit me up personally, 217-280-0151. We got some real nice American Bully pups for sale right now, if anyone's interested. We got some real nice breedings coming up as well. So we just bred we got some pups off one of these Mr. Bean sons out here. Badass puppies. He's a badass boy. And you know, we actually just bred him to about 3 of our bitches too. So we got some real nice pups coming up, man. So make sure y'all keep a lookout and all that good stuff.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. We'll have you most definitely have you on again. You got anything?
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
man.
thanks.
It's always love.
I
man.
appreciate it. You
All right,
already know.
All right, man. Tell Elaine I said what's up.
All right, bro.
And we'll see you
All
in
right.
Indiana, man, in 2 weeks.
Looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Looking forward to it. I'll be there. Don't you worry.
All right, bro. We'll catch you, bro.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
All right, man. That was Dayton Bodine, Killinois Kennel, man. One of our senior judges here at BRC Global. We're going to come on here tomorrow night, and we're going to tell a little bit about what's going on with the Bully Registry Company and BRC Global and where the future is going to take us. So, once again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who shared this, man. And once again, that was our senior judge, one of our senior judges, Dayton Bodine. Been here since the very birth of the American Bully. You know what I'm saying? It's been has had a part in the growth of the growth of the breed and the advancement of the breed over the years since the very beginning. So, man, we like to welcome him and all his expertise to BRC Global, and we appreciate him. So tomorrow, we're going to let everybody know what's going on with BRC Global and the Bully Registry Company and where the future's going with that. And June 16th, man, we got some booths left, man. Hit up me or Anthony Pope, man. It's going down 4 shows, Muncie, Indiana. We got Papa Pitt, Ron Ramos makes a triumphant return to the Midwest. Dayton Bodine, senior judge, is going to be judging. Johnny Grimmett, another Midwest OG, man. Been here since around the beginning, man. Big House Kennels. Google that. And you'll see a little bit about Johnny, man. We'll have him come on here pretty soon. We're going to bring all of our judges on here one by one, man. Interview them, let everybody know them, get to know them, and see what we're doing here at BRC, man. So, BRC Global. So, man, we appreciate you. Shouts out to everybody here tuning in. Anthony Pope, I see you. Danny Little, what's up? Jamie Lower, Ivan Ramos, Taylor Silas, Megan Chase, Keith Henry, Leanne Cole, Del Founder, Ricardo Mauricio, Kiandaway, Abel Villarreal, Mike Schull, what's up? Lupe Luna, Mike Brendale, Joanna Vega, Zadier Romaine, Shamari Thomas, Southern Florida Bullies, what's up? Daryl Shelley, what's up? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. BRC Global is the movement, man. Be sure you're tuned in, all the way tuned in, man. We're going to be coming on here every night, every other night, and letting everybody know what's going on, man. Big news tomorrow night, man. Tune in.